What's up? I'm Trent Windsor, and we're here in search of the perfect shuffle. It's time for another segment of clearing out the archives where I shuffle my music, and whatever album pops up, that is the album I review song by song. If a song is more than 50% skippable, if I would skip it more than half the time, I say get rid of it, just not worth your time. If a song is less than 50% skippable, if I would listen to it more than half the time, then I say it's worthy addition for your perfect shuffle. Last time we shuffled our music, and the album that came up was Father of the Bride by Vampire Weekend. Vampire Weekend is the preppy boy indie rock band that took the late 2000s, early 2010s by storm. After 3 huge, successful albums, there was a huge break in between the third and the fourth one, and a little bit of a lineup change with Rostam actually quitting the band. Rostam being one of the main songwriters. All of this change kind of happened in 2016, and around that same time, they started working on their 4th studio album. Now, it wasn't until 2019 that the album Father of the Bride finally released, which left fans waiting for a very, very long time. Incidentally, this album was my favorite album of 2019. If you've been watching the channel, you already knew that, so you probably have some guesses as to how I feel about it. But for conversation's sake, did the band survive the lineup change? Was the wait really worth it? Let's find out as I review this album song by song. There are 18 songs on this album, so we're going to do this tier style. We're going to do S plus S, A, B, C, D. In the S plus tier, I've saved this tier specifically just for one song, and that is the song called Unbearably White. Maybe it's because I relate, I don't know. This song really is incredible. It's very simple. It leans on some very light and simple guitars, which are really beautiful, with very simple and sparse percussion. There's a lot of complex feelings in this song, very emotive. It feels very resigned to some breakup that seems inevitable. Overall, it just conveys a bittersweet hope. It's really a song that just tugs at my heart every time I listen to it, and it feels very special. I'd also like to say about this song, and it contributes to other songs too, but Ezra Koenig's voice is so pure and so straightforward and very sweet, and it really lends itself to this type of song that is very emotive and very positive, very hopeful. This tier, the S plus tier, I would say is 10% skippable. In the S tier, we have songs like Harmony Hall, which has such joyful, beautiful guitar runs that are really the foundation of the song. It really makes it feel very bright and colorful and happy and exciting, very celebratory vocals, but the lyrics are actually pretty harrowing. And I think this is something that Vampire Weekend continues to do very well, which is pair the troubles of life with the joyful and celebratory sounds of the happy times. I also want to say that this one has a very gorgeous music video. We also have the song This Life, which is another very hopeful depiction of life's sorrows and hardships, using beachy guitars and wistful backing vocals. The main hook on the chorus is, "You've been cheating on me, I've been cheating on you, I've been cheating through this life." Third in the S tier is the song How Long, which is some more positive speculation on negativity. This one's very funky, very clean, upbeat, and fun. It's crazy how positively he sings the line, "Why has it felt like Halloween since Christmas 2017?" Which is a line that, ugh. But the song itself kind of is quirky, almost silly. All of these songs kind of work together to show that while there are bad things in life, it's not so bad. We can find the good. A very positive message, one that we really need right now. I would say all of these songs in the S tier are only 15% skippable. In the A tier, we have songs like Bambina, which is a very dynamic song which switches in between electric rock riffs and a stripped back halftime chorus. The use of voice modulation and guitar effects really make this song pretty fun and kind of quirky. We also have the song Sunflower, which features Steve Lacy. The twinkly, bouncy guitar work is the centerpiece for this song, and is really incredible. Plus, I can't get enough of Steve Lacy scatting along to guitar runs. I also really enjoy the song Flower Moon, which starts out with some very slippery auto-tune, and it really feels like the night to Sunflower's day. It's got a Latin-esque, understated chorus, and it's a constant crescendo. It becomes much more funky and much more varied instrumentally as the song goes on. I really love these songs in the A tier. I would say that they're 25% skippable. In the B tier, we have songs like Hold You Now, featuring Danielle Haim. It's a folksy tune complete with nature sounds and farm sounds that kind of split up the verses. It's actually an emotional story song surrounding a wedding. There is a choir part in this song that is obviously synthetic, or if it's not, it's highly affected, and it just sounds a little bit too synthetic for me, honestly. We also have Big Blue, which feels like a modern folk tune with very simple chorus repeated with different instruments and different styles being added in with each repetition. Once again, more synthetic choir, which is not my favorite. We also have the song Sympathy, which is a very fast-paced flamenco-inspired track. I love how dynamic this song is, but I don't love how he continues to add the synthetic choir sounds. I'm seeing a pattern here for this tier. There's the song 2021, which is very sparkly and light. It's weird that he's speculating on 2021 back in 2019, or whenever this song was written, pre-2020. Speculation on that year seems to be a little bit more grim these days, so it's really interesting to see him focusing on the light and the light-hearted. Last in this tier, we have the song Stranger, which is a very cheerful, straightforward song about feeling accepted. I do love the funky sax in this song, and I could use more of it, but it's complemented well by harmonies that are laid down, once again, by Danielle Haim. All of these really good songs in the B tier are still only 30% skippable. On the C tier, we have songs like Rich Man, which is fairly simple, somewhat folksy, almost too simple sometimes. We also have Married in a Gold Rush featuring Danielle Haim, which is still very nice but has a similar problem with being almost too simple. Last in this tier, we have the song Jerusalem, New York, Berlin, which is a soft piano ballad. It's very nice. It has some very beautiful piano runs, but once again, almost too simplistic. While these songs just aren't quite as interesting as all the other songs, I still enjoy them. I still think they're nice. I would say that they are 40% skippable. Last, we have the D tier with songs like My Mistake. It's a piano ballad and it has really poor pacing. There's this strange gap in the middle. Kind of sounds like the record scratched or the CD is scratched and it's skipped. But that gap kind of drops us right in the middle of another chorus. And it's just a strange decision musically. It really throws you off and it doesn't quite work the way I think that they wanted it to. There's also We Belong Together, once again featuring Danielle Haim. It seems almost childish. It's very much like We Go Together, like two words that are often said together. I actually sang a song very similar to this in elementary school for one of my musical programs. Last in this tier, we have the song Spring Snow, which I have literally nothing to say about. It's a song, it exists, it's there. All of these songs on the D tier, while they are not my favorite on the album, they're still only 60% skippable, so they just barely missed that threshold for me. Alright, adding everything up, mathematically speaking, this album as a whole is 32% skippable. Vampire Weekend comes through again with a set of songs that just feel really special. They look at the pain and struggles of life through a refreshingly calm and hopeful lens. In a way, it feels like they've come to terms with how life is going to be, and as a listener, it's hard not to feel just as settled and just as satisfied. Alright, let's shuffle our music, see which album I'll be reviewing next. Alright, we're just going to go into our music library here, go to albums, and hit shuffle. Alright, looks like the next album I'll be reviewing is Disease by Beartooth. If you like what I'm doing here, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications, let me know what you think about this album, Father of the Bride, or just the band Vampire Weekend in the comments below. All musical opinions are valid, and I'd love to hear yours. If you'd like me to review a specific album, please leave a request in the comments below as well. I do one a month, and yours is going to be first in line if you comment. So go ahead and drop that down below. I will leave links for music videos for this album, as well as a link to my podcast, Music Meritocracy, my playlist for Best of 2019, which has songs from here, and my playlist for Best of 2020, which is a playlist that I am updating constantly. I'm Trent Windsor, and this is The Perfect Shuffle. Oof, oof, funky sax. Oof, oof, funky sax.